Hi, my name is Emily Tinkle, and I am one of the kindergarten teachers at Royerton Elementary. Our wonderful team has a range of 7 through 22 years of experience. Our kindergarten team consists of Mrs. Brown, Mrs. Carmichael, Mrs. Gardner, and myself. Today, I want to talk to you about a day in the life of kindergarten and just a little sneak peek into what that looks like. I will say that kindergarten has definitely changed and evolved over the last 10 years. And what we perceive as a typical day in kindergarten is much different than it actually is now. So our school day starts at 7:30 in the morning, and when students arrive, they can go down for breakfast if they choose. The tardy bell will ring at 7:50. And when they arrive to their classroom, they will be getting themselves unpacked, things turned in, and put away and ready for the day all independently. Two areas that we focus on during the morning are 90-minute reading block and morning meeting. So, morning meeting is a time where we do a lot of calendar events and we talk about the date, days of the week, months of the year. We also spiral review reading, language, and math during this time. And we also talk about our letter of the week. So in kindergarten, we focus on one letter each week. And these are not in alphabetical order, however. So make sure that you are referring to your teacher's method of communication to see what letter is coming next. Through our 90-minute reading block, we can cover all sorts of topics from reading, writing, phonics, language, and so much more. We get the special opportunity of introducing Daily Five to these kindergartners. This is a part of the day that they will use all the way till they leave Royerton Elementary in fifth grade. This is a time where we can break up into groups and we can all be doing different things at the same time. For example, during this time, we would have one group reading independently, one group working on word work, a writing group, a listening to reading group where they're listening to a story and then filling out a paper about that. A teacher led group. So this is a time where we can try to meet with the students individually or in a group setting. Another amazing tool that we have at our fingertips now are the Chromebooks, and they are relatively new to us, but we are definitely loving the technology and the opportunities that they're providing. In addition to the educational websites we use, they allow us to use educational and communication applications at home. After this, Mrs. Brown will touch on that a little bit more, but it's a great use of our Chromebooks. Kindergarten lunch is from 10:40 to 11:15. After lunch, we have our math time and our differentiated learning time. So, our differentiated learning time is to meet your child's learning needs at their level. Also, if your child needs special education services or speech services or high ability, they'll receive those during this differentiated time. We have four specials: PE, art, technology, and music. And then after specials, the students will be dismissed at 2:30. Also, I would like to address the assessments that we use to evaluate your child's progress throughout the year. In addition to classroom observations, which are extremely important for us to see, we complete report card testing all year. There are 4 report cards that will be sent home, as well as midterms in between those. There is a color-coded copy of the report card in the kindergarten roundup file that you receive. So if you don't have that out in front of you, you can maybe pause the video and grab that now just to kind of look. It is color-coded, so everything in the first 9 weeks will be blue. So front and back, those are the skills that need to be learned during the first 9 weeks. So um, just go ahead and look at that just so you have an idea of what your child will need to know during the first 9 weeks. Lastly, there is a standardized assessment called NWEA. Your child will be tested 3 times during the kindergarten year, during the fall, winter, and spring, and then the scores will be sent home and discussed with you. This is just a standardized way that we can gather more data on your child. A few more helpful items about kindergarten. If your child's birthday falls within the school year, you are more than welcome to send in birthday treats with your child on the way to school or drop them off in the office. Individual prepackaged treats are a lifesaver for kindergarten. We love birthday parties and we love celebrating them, and this just ensures an efficient and clean way to get to enjoy your child's special day with them. Plates and or napkins with the treats are definitely greatly appreciated. If you have any questions about what to send in, please contact your child's teacher. Now, we don't know your child's teacher yet. However, we have an excellent team that is so excited to just love on your child and have them in our class. We can't wait to see you in the fall. Now, I'm going to send it over to Robin Brown talking about classroom communication.
Hello, kindergarten families. My name is Robin Brown, and I'm one of the kindergarten teachers here at Royerton Elementary. It's nice to meet you. Today, I'm going to talk to you all about communication and how we're going to chat this year. This year, all kindergarten teachers will give your child a binder. Okay, right now the binder's plain, but here real soon, each teacher will have their special mark on the front. And some of our teachers call this the bee binder or the dog binder. Whatever it's called, it's just our kindergarten binder, and this is our main form of communication. Okay, so you're going to see this coming home in your child's backpack every single day. And we need you to please check this binder every evening when they get home from school, because there's going to be lots of information inside. So I'm going to take you on a little tour inside of our binder, okay? You're going to see a return to school side. So anything your child's teacher will need will go here. And this area here, it says important notes and a money pouch. Anytime you have transportation changes or your child's birthday is coming up and you want us to know about it so that we can have some goodies potentially. If you have money for lunch, field trips, whatever it may be, use this pouch here. That way it doesn't all fall out. And then also in the very, very back, you're going to see an area where your child is going to keep certain papers at home, okay? So this is the area you're going to want to check every day too. Now, in the middle, behind that very special pouch, you're going to see a behavior chart. You're going to know every day what kind of day your child had, the choices he or she has made, and they will color in their choice. Every teacher has a different system, but you will see at the bottom, it'll explain what each color means and if they had a great day or not so great day. So you're going to see your child's behavior every day in the binder. You're also going to see a special schedule. This is really nice. You're going to have a monthly, and this is old from last year, but you're going to have a monthly special schedule so you know maybe how to dress your child for gym that week and whatnot. Also, you're going to have some resources in the middle, letter flashcards, sight words. We're going to be practicing a lot of sight words at different levels. So you're also going to have a lot of materials in the middle. Again, you will see this every single day. If you do not see it, you could always call the school and come back and get it if your child forgot it. Now, another way to communicate with us is through email. Email is the next best way, right? If you need something really quick to tell us and to alert us, we will do the same with you. Feel free to email us, call the school, especially if you're going to have unexpected transportation changes. Please call us before 2 p.m. That way we can get the notes where they need to go and on time. Also, we have a Royerton PTO page on Facebook. So if you have Facebook and you want to join the Royerton PTO page, if you haven't already, you can see a lot of information there about district-wide and school-wide things happening. Also, we might be using Class Tag. I don't know if all of the teachers will, but most of us will be using either Dojo or Class Tag. It's an app that you can sign up for or download, I guess. And we will be using this app to send you pictures of some really cool things we're working on maybe in a particular week. Maybe we might ask some parents to sign up for party items and send you reminders through the app. So this is just a really great way to communicate in addition to the binder. And lastly, we will be having a newsletter. Some of us call it the kindergram, some of it just call it a newsletter, but we will be communicating with you weekly on things that are happening in kindergarten, okay? So those are ways to communicate with us. Those are some things that you'll be seeing in your future. We'll be doing lots of chatting, lots of communicating, and it goes both ways. Feel free to reach out anytime if you have any questions. We are here to help you as well as your child or children along the way this year. Hopefully, after COVID, this year will go very smoothly. We're hoping. Well, it's so good to meet you. Thank you for listening to this video, and let's have a great school year. Bye.
Hi everyone, I'm going to go through our kindergarten supply list for 2021 to the 2022 school year. We are not sure exactly what will happen with the beginning of the school year. We're waiting to hear from the health department to give us what our exact recommendations will be for the start of the school year. So at this point, we said at the top that we would like for the kids to bring all of the school supplies the first day of school. So depending on what that will look like at the beginning of the year, you'll find out more information later this summer. Now, the first thing it says on our supply list is book bag or backpack, and we were lucky enough to be able to purchase Chromebooks for all of the students beginning last school year. So the students will have a Chromebook that they will bring back and forth each night that they will need to charge, and then they will also have a 3-ring binder. I'll be showing you. Here's a picture of one of those down here. So the backpack or book bag needs to be big enough for both of those to fit inside of the backpack. Then scissors. Here is a picture of some. Fisker seems to make the best brand of scissors for kids, so here's an idea of what we're wanting for those. Then 16 glue sticks. I know it sounds like a lot, but believe it or not, kindergartners go through a lot of glue sticks. So we ask that each of the kids bring 16, and Elmer seems to work the best if you have that option of bringing those. Then also we have, for art class, they divide those class up and then they will be sharing. So Mrs. Schwer would like for all of the boys to bring a box of tissues for art, and for all of the girls to bring a container of hand sanitizer. Then the next thing, Crayola crayons. So 3 of our teachers, Mrs. Carmichael, Miss Tinkle, and Mrs. Brown, would like for the kids to bring 6 packages of the regular crayons. The 16 pack, it looks like this. And then I'll skip over to down below it says Crayable Twistable crayons for Mrs. Gardner's class only. And this is the twistable crayons that I would like for Mrs. Gardner's class to bring instead. And notice it says a 24 pack of those. Then 2 of the big pink erasers. And then I don't really need to explain the tissues. Then Crayola twistable colored pencils, so I'll show you both of those. So here is the big pink erasers that we were talking about. We like the kids to purchase 2 of those instead of the type that would go on the end of your pencil. Then here is a picture that shows you of the twistable colored pencils that we would like for all of the kids to bring, and the markers that we would like all of the kids to bring as well. Now the weekly reader money, you will send that in an envelope. If you don't pay that during registration, you'll send that in an envelope with a check made out to Royerton Elementary for $6.25. And that is actually a magazine that the kids will receive usually about 3 times a month, that they'll bring home a little magazine, and we incorporate some of our science and social studies and current events through the weekly reader. And that is just a one-time fee. Then pencils, 24 count of number 2 pre-sharpened. We know there are a lot cuter pencils out there, but these seem to work for best for kindergarten kids, and a lot of times the cute little stuff around the pencils jams up and breaks a pencil sharpener. So just the number 2 pencils and pre-sharpened. We would really appreciate that if you would send those in. Now, one pencil pouch. It's a 3-ring plain solid. I'll show you a picture of that in just a second. And Mrs. Gardner's class needs 2 of those. Here is a picture of what I'm talking about. So see how there are the 3 holes so that it will fit into a 3-ring binder. Here's the 3-ring binder down below. You'll see that we will be putting those inside of. So again, 3 of the classes need one of those pencil pouches, and Mrs. Gardner's class needs 2 pencil pouches. Now, paint shirt just can be any old shirt that the kids have at home, or an old t-shirt of mom or dad's. That will be staying here. If you could put that in a Ziploc bag with their name, that would be great. Then gallon-size baggies. Those are for Miss Tinkle, Mrs. Gardner, and Mrs. Brown's classes, not Mrs. Carmichael's class. Clorox wipes, the large size, the jumbo size can of those. Then we like all of the kids to bring a beach towel that we will use at the beginning of the year for rest time. They'll be sent home once rest time is no longer needed. And then address labels. I'll show you a picture of that in just a second. Change of clothes. Please, again, put those in a gallon Ziploc bag with the student's name on it. That would be very helpful. And that's just in case they would ever have an accident at school or maybe spill something on them during lunch. They like that feeling of having their own clothes to put on just in case. So we'd like to have that available for them. Let me show you now the address labels, and then the highlighters. So here is the address labels we're talking about, the Avery package. These are available in any of your stores like Walmart, Staples, any place like that. Then the next thing, I already talked about the highlighters. Whoops, I skipped the small vegetable can. It says small vegetable can covered with contact paper. This will actually be used for a tool can for Mrs. Gardner's class only, though. As you can see in the picture here, any pencil or tool can, like you see in this example, would be perfectly fine. It doesn't have to be one that you make from home. It can be one that you purchase instead. Then the highlighters. Prefer the skinny type, and this is what I'm talking about. The teachers felt like those are easier for the kids to hold on to grip. And yellow would be best, but any variety of colors is fine as well. Then the last thing we're asking for is a 1-inch binder and the clear view. So this is what I'm talking about in the picture. It says basic binder, 1-inch round ring. We would like it to where it has where we can put something in the front pocket. So we will be putting a sheet that has the kid's name and teacher inside of that to make it easy for the kids to find and identify their own. So the kind where we can slide a paper in the front would be perfect. Now, the last thing, we will be providing the paper for the kids, and most of the things will be shared resources that we think. That's our game plan, is for that to be going back to the beginning of the year. But if anything changes with updates between now and then from the health department, we will be implementing whatever plans that we need to keep everyone safe. So we look very forward to meeting all of the kids at Kindergarten Roundup and then in August. Thank you very much for your support.
Okay, I wanted to bring you over to my behavior chart. We use a color system with clips, and students are all given a clip and they all have a class number. Now, my chart may look a little different than some of the other kindergarten teachers, but basically it's the same concept. Each day they start on green, which just means that they're ready to learn. Good behaviors, we clip them up and they go up one color at a time as we reward them for showing good behaviors, making good choices. But then we also can clip them down for unwanted behaviors. And when you start your child in kindergarten, depending on the teacher that you have, they will send home a paper that will explain how theirs works. But for all of us, we have the concept of clipping up for good behaviors and down for poor behaviors. Now, in life, we all make mistakes. Back in old school days, you might remember that you had your name put on the board if you got in trouble and maybe a check mark and there was consequences for that. But there was no like redeeming yourself. And in real life, that's not how it works. So we want to teach the kids that they can make mistakes, but also they can improve their behavior and go back up. So this chart is a fluid chart throughout the day. Kids are going up, they might go down, but then if behavior improves, they can always go back up. The goal is for them to be on green and above by the end of the day. We all send home a chart that will go in their binder and they will color in what color they land on at the end of the day. We encourage the kids to have conversations with you if they are below green as to the choices that they made. If a teacher feels like it's necessary to contact you, they will definitely do that through email or phone. At the very beginning of the year, we hit this pretty hard. We want to get procedures down and the teacher's expectations. So we are clipping up for really little things and we're clipping down for little things too, just so that they can understand, what we expect. And part of kindergarten is learning what are appropriate behaviors when we're in school. This is all new to them. So anticipate that at the beginning, you might see some yellows and orange days for clipping down, and that's okay. If the teacher feels like it's happening too much, they will let you know and have those conversations with you through email or phone. But know at the beginning of the year, it's pretty common to go down, but also to go up very easily so we can set the tone. We want everyone to be successful learners. And this is one way that we can gain classroom management and be able to teach ourselves, but also allow each student to have a nice environment to be able to learn. So that just goes over a little bit of the chart. Sometimes if they go above the chart, they get to go onto the teacher's shirt, and that's pretty special. And if they go beyond the teacher's shirt, if they've gone above purple or above whatever color your child's teacher has at the top, then they get to go to the principal. And the principal wears their clip, which is even extra special because they get to go down and brag on the good behaviors that they're showing at school. And when that happens, the principals will call you. So don't freak out if you see Delcom schools calling. It could be for a good thing. And that's a fun phone call for a parent to get to hear that they've excelled in their behavior to where they've been able to be on the principal. If you ever have any questions, don't ever hesitate to get onto our website and contact one of the kindergarten teachers. Bye.